Ladies, gentlemen, and radiant minds of all constellations, welcome. Today, we gather not just to speak of femininity and neural divergence in England, but to celebrate them. To honor them as vital threads in the great human tapestry, threads that do not merely follow the pattern, but reshape it, giving new texture and color to our collective story. This is not a lecture of limitation, but liberation. Not a tale of pathology, but of power. Let us begin with femininity, not as a rigid category, nor as a binary, but as a fluid, living philosophy. In England, from the mythic queens of Albion to the suffragettes of Manchester, from the poets of Bloomsbury to the activists of Birmingham, femininity has always carried a subtle rebellion. It is not weakness, but strength cloaked in grace. It is not submission, but the art of endurance, transformation, and care. To be feminine is to sense the unseen. It is to move through the world with a sensitivity to nuance. To feel the undercurrents of emotion, the silent textures of relationships, the beauty in the soft and the small. It is not owned by one gender. It lives in many forms, in mothers and daughters, yes, but also in sons who listen deeply, and fathers who love gently. Now we turn to neural divergence, a term that carries both medical weight and poetic potential. Autism, ADHD, synesthesia, bipolarity, dyslexia, these are not flaws in the system. They are different ways of being aware. They are minds that grow like wild gardens, unpruned, unpredictable, yet full of hidden blossoms. In the English imagination, we have always had space for the eccentric, the visionary, the outsider. From William Blake to Virginia Woolf, Alan Turing to Mary Prince, England has been shaped by minds that diverged, and in doing so, saw further, dreamed deeper, and loved differently. Let us not confuse conformity with intelligence, or quietness with comprehension. Let us not assume that the loudest voice is the wisest. In the neurodivergent mind, there is often music we have not yet learned how to hear. What happens when femininity and neurodivergence meet? Something extraordinary. You find a form of intuition that goes beyond social scripts. You find empathy that is raw and unfiltered. You find women and non-binary folk who, despite being misread by systems, read the soul of a moment with uncanny clarity. You find people who have learned, sometimes through pain, to navigate a world that was not built for them, and who now work to rebuild that world with more kindness, more creativity, and more truth. This intersection is where we find artists who paint emotion in color, teachers who understand the rhythm of children's silence, leaders who make space for different voices rather than silencing them. Today, England, with its old cathedrals and fast-changing cities, must reimagine itself. We must plant policies in the soil of compassion. We must allow schools to become gardens of diverse minds. We must let workplaces honor sensory needs, flexible thinking, emotional honesty. Femininity and divergence are not challenges to be solved, but seeds to be sown. England's future lies not in uniformity, but in the gentle riot of difference, in allowing the unheard to speak, the unseen to shine, and the untypical to lead. So I invite you, as thinkers and feelers, citizens and souls, to walk through life with a new reverence. For the woman who cries too easily, because she feels deeply. For the child who rocks back and forth in the corner, who is building worlds inside their mind. For the young man who stims when nervous, but can write poems that crack the sky open. For the grandmother who was never diagnosed, but always knew she didn't quite fit, and made beauty of it anyway. Let this not be an age of labels, but of listening. Let it not be about fixing people, but freeing them. Let femininity and neural divergence no longer be marginal notes in England's narrative, but the heart of a new story. A story where every mind is sacred. A story where every way of being is valid. A story where difference is not just accepted, but adored. Thank you.
street light flickers out tonight. Shadows twist and hold me tight. A fragile whisper in my head, echoes of words you never said. The clock ticks slow, it tears the air. Time repeats what's never fair. Caught in the static of broken sound, I search for meaning but none is found. Oh, can you hear me breaking inside? A storm of silence where I confide. Pieces of me scattered like glass in the reflection of a ghost-filled past. The rain, it falls in rhythmic sighs, washing lies from blinded eyes. But no cleanse can soothe the ache, 'cause some hearts bleed with every quake. Your shadow lingers still on the wall, a haunting presence entering my call. The weight of you like chains of smoke, each thought of you a whispered choke. Oh, can you hear me breaking inside? A storm of silence where I confide. Pieces of me scattered like glass in the reflection of a ghost-filled past. Can you hear me breaking inside? A storm of silence where I confide. Pieces of me